welcome back to the channel. So today I've got something a little different than the vlogs. I wanted to kind of discuss life as a content creator. I do not personally consider myself a full-time content creator whatsoever. It's definitely still a hobby and a passion project of mine. Ever since I started YouTube, I've always had a full-time job. I thought I'd kind of talk about balancing a full-time job and content creation, because I found that in my conversations this week with a good friend of mine, as well as someone else that I just was talking to via DM, a lot of people don't give advice about being a content creator that also has a full-time job. I'm definitely not the poster child for this is exactly how it has gone. I'm finally taking this a lot more seriously and trying to make this work for me, something that's always been a passion of mine. I feel like the more you take it serious, the more it'll also reward you, because if you treat something as a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby, as my mom said. Listen, again, it may not work for you. I am now a remote worker that can choose to go into the office when she wants to, but I've also had a job that literally I'm traveling nights, weekends, and holidays, so I know that struggle as well. So let's get right into the content. First of all, I just wanted to start this video off by saying there is like no exact formula or science for content creation. A lot of people have a lot of advice. There's a lot of coaches, there's a lot of gurus. Other than being consistent, which I definitely think is super important at this point, especially to those people who do have a full-time job, you really have to do what's best for you. And a lot of times when you're looking at yourself and looking at what other content creators are doing, you're comparing yourself to people who do this full time versus someone who only has maybe 4 hours after work, or maybe even less than that, maybe 4 hours a week to dedicate to something like this. And that's not to say like you should give all 4 of those hours to that. Some of us love to go to the gym. I personally do. Some of us love to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I personally do. We all have our other hobbies, and I think that the reason why I say it's important to do what works best for you is also because in content creation, you have to pick something, especially when you start out, that you really love. Because if you're full-time and trying to do something that you're watching somebody else do, it's definitely not going to work for you. You want to do something that you can incorporate into your lifestyle that feels natural for you. Do not compare yourself to people who are doing this full-time. It's more of a business for them versus for you at this time. You just got to take it slow. You just got to roll with the punches. My full-time job, I also work as a talent manager. So not only am I coming from the perspective of understanding what my creators go through, I'm also trying to figure it out myself. In the initial stages of it, you really just want to do what works best for you. It sounds very basic, I understand, because I've listened to videos that have said that stuff. Like sometimes you can also start to doubt yourself if you get too caught up in trying to find inspiration. That's why it's really important, I think, which goes into my next tip, is finding your why you want to do this. If you think you want to do content creation, especially when you work a full-time job, as a reason to find fame, or as a reason to get clout, or because you see other people getting clout or getting taken on trips, I think you should check your why, because when that stuff doesn't come, maybe for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, will you still be doing it? Will you still be pushing forward in spite of the fact that you haven't got those opportunities that other people will get? And quite frankly, you may never get those opportunities. And you have to be okay with, to an extent, working for yourself for free for the rest of your life if this is something you're really passionate and really interested in. And that would be the biggest tip, is don't get into this stuff for clout, for notability. Like, some people can get into it for clout, go viral, and make a life off of it. Sure, there are plenty of people that have done it, but that is a very, 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 very small population of people, like super tiny. So make sure you remember your why. The next tip I would honestly have you guys is to just take it slow. Take it one day at a time. Enjoy the process. Like, fall in love with the entire process of content creation. Once you fall in love with the process, you fall in love with the journey and not the results. That'll also carry you further, because there will be days, I've had multiple days, I've experienced some serious burnout. You come home from work, you're exhausted. You cannot do anything else. Maybe your why is you hate your job and you want to create your own life. Maybe your why is that you want to do something that you can't get fired from. Maybe those are your whys, and I think those are very valid. If you are in that category, we're definitely gonna have to find the strength to get the content done. Some people recommend batch creating content. I tried that personally. I didn't enjoy it. I cannot batch create content. It feels very forced. It wasn't fruitful to me. So now what I do is I only create content when I feel inspired. On this channel, Miss Jordy specifically, I only create when I feel inspired because it feels like a job. Versus my anime channel, which is my second channel, I can create on that all day, every day because I love talking about anime. I love watching anime. It doesn't feel like work. Versus I know from past experiences with this channel, sometimes it felt like a job. Eventually it will become a job. So you will have to muster up the energy to do it unless you create other avenues and other ventures from the work you've put into your content creation that can allow you to then feel like, okay, I can ease off of this channel and maybe I can start full-time on this business, this merch company. The next tip that I would have, try not to get too caught up in who is supporting you. I would say that is a big one. There was definitely a period of time where I felt like I was trying to seek validation in others, but changing my mindset and my outlook on content creation has definitely helped. And it's taken a long time for me personally to get to the point of feeling like I see my validation outside of just the work that I do and the work I put out. You're gonna have to try to remember your why. You're gonna have to try to make sure you don't look at other people. Just focus on your lane. Focus on what makes you you. Focus on your why. Remember what you're doing. And don't look left or right at what everybody else is doing. Try to limit your consumption of tips and advice instead of trying to follow what every single person is doing. Really try to do what makes you you and what makes you happy. And once you find like what you're really good at, what you're really enjoying, then maybe try to incorporate some of those elements of what someone else has done successfully. Don't copy them. That's not what I'm saying. Don't copy them, but try to be inspired by some of the things that they've done that maybe you want to try to incorporate. But don't expect that if you do what they're doing, it's going to make you grow faster. Because at the end of the day, their personal brand and your personal brand are very different. And once you understand that the differences are there, you'll know that, okay, just because I do it how they did it doesn't mean I'm going to blow up. As a matter of fact, I might do worse because I'm trying to do what they're doing and it's not working. And the people who are watching me see that I'm trying to be like them and they don't feel like it's, authentic. And I just want to kind of now hop into Notion, and I think that this has helped me tremendously. As somebody, we have our own project management systems at work, but the Notion planner has been massively helpful for me. Okay, so this is my Notion board. I actually pulled a couple of different templates together to form the board that I really like. In my January vlog video, I showed you all my vision boards. So I'm not going to walk through my vision boards entirely. I'm strictly going to focus this one on the content creator board that I got from Michelle Kanemitsu. But I'll just quickly show you guys. This is my dashboard. Again, I've updated the February bucket list. Yes, y'all, all the bills are paid, so we ain't broke, busted, and disgusted. Do you hear me? But again, if you want to see all of the dreams and vision boards, make sure you go ahead and check out my January vlog, which is going to be linked in the top right corner right now. Next one I'm going to get into is my content creation board, which was not previously on here when I recorded my January vlog. But as you can see, here's a little preview right here, but let's go ahead and get right into it. So again, this is the one that I got from Michelle Kanemitsu. She is the creator of this, so I'm not taking any credit for it. So essentially what I look at is I have the master plan board, which also has a bunch of different tabs that are specifically dedicated to all of my social media platforms. So I have now been using this for a little over a month. Yes, so I started this back in January 7th. It has been a little over a month, and it has really helped with consistency, especially if you're somebody like me who has a full-time job that sometimes requires nights of you and really requires more time. I would definitely say being planning it out helps a lot. And my schedule right now, I only post like 3 times a week. Sometimes it's not even 3 times a week. In all honesty, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's none. And guess what? That's still okay. Sometimes you just post when you can post, and that's what matters. Don't get too caught up in all that, because the followers will come when the followers are supposed to come. I have all of my different channels that I use on one board right here called Master Plan, which shows everything that I post in the week. So tomorrow I'm supposed to be posting this video, but we'll see if it gets edited by tomorrow. And then I've got a Demon Slayer recap that I'm shooting later on tonight that I'm going to edit up for Friday for the Blurred Bay channel. We got a couple of anime videos that are coming out on Saturday and Sunday, one of which is already done. And then I was supposed to go to an event, but it's actually supposed to be very rainy here where I live, so I probably will not do that. Getting into the details, so I'll go ahead and look at all of the ones per each platform are pretty similar, so I'll just show you guys based on my TikTok and Instagram planner, which a lot of my stuff on TikTok is pretty much just ideas, some that never come into fruition, some that do. Let's take, for example, this card right here. On the TikTok and Instagram, I have cards for each of the ideas, and I have my platform set up on here, so you can see Blurred Bay YouTube, which is my anime content YouTube channel. Majority is the lifestyle. TikTok, blog, and Instagram are all lifestyle channels. Then I set the status of it, which is idea. When it starts, as soon as an idea pops into my head, I just post a card down for my master plan, and I always just label it as an idea. If I really like the idea enough, I put it as to film. After filming it, obviously it gets checked into filmed, then edited if it's edited, and then uploaded if it's ready for launch. And then the content category, because I want to keep myself honest about what types of content I'm putting out there, so I only label the content category for anything that's under the lifestyle channels. The anime content is all anime content, so I'll put things under experiences, fashion, lifestyle, and motivation, because those are the 4 pillars that I really like. I'm not really a fashion girly, I wouldn't say, but I like to dress cute, so sometimes I do a little fashion one too. And then in addition to all of these, I also have a couple of other labels, including reposting it to Instagram Reels and reposting it to Shorts if I want to. I oftentimes only use the research and notes category. You can do thumbnail ideas, but I only do that really for my YouTube videos, and then captions, because of course you need a good caption for the SEO. So yeah, that's really how that goes. And so on the table here, you can only see the stuff that's not been filmed. But here, I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and hide this status. So as you can see here, going back to like January 15th, I had a video dedicated to a rainy day Saturday. It was just a short vertical video. I already picked out the sound and everything that I wanted to do, so I didn't really include much details here. But okay, so this one right here, so the Black History Month one, I didn't put too much under there, but all I did was pick out the audio in advance, so I just put the audio under research and notes. But yeah, so that's just a little bit of an example of how I set it up. Bam. Okay, so boom, there you go. So you can see that for TikTok and Instagram. And then I also have a section here for my blog post, and then finally my Blurred Bay YouTube. I'm very particular about this YouTube channel. Like, I do see that one as more of a job than just a regular, YouTube channel. That's just for fun. So it's a little bit of a different strategy. I know exactly what days the shows are going to come out. I know exactly what days I'm going to react. I edit and upload the shows the day they come out. So I'm very particular about this one, and I've planned it well in advance because it's easier to plan because I know the timeline on the shows. I can show you guys also on the January vlog, for example, for a YouTube card. I really try to think about like what value this brings to the audience and how it's going to help them. I always try to give some like motivational tip, advice, or something like that. So the things I wanted to discuss in the January vlog were the Hello Kitty Cafe, but actually the spring cleaning on clothes part is actually going to go for, I'm actually going to do this one for February. So I'm just going to cut that And then I'm gonna take this here. Oh, I already put it in there. So then, yeah, you can just paste it there. And then boom, it's like right there for your next recording sessions. Just having this all set up in my brain has helped a lot. But again, you don't have to be as particular about everything as I was. So I can give you an example of when I set up a card. Let's say, for example, I'm going to do a day out in a new city. So random day outing, right? So that is going to be the name of the card. You can add a cover, you can add an icon if you want to. Let's do like beach, a little flower right there vibes. And then I want to put this on TikTok. So then what you're going to say is you're going to say new TikTok or Instagram template. Just boom, click that. This is an idea for right now. I actually think I might do this. I might try to find something to do on Friday since I'm going to be out, even though it's going to be a random rainy day vlogging. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, and then that way I have some content to post. And I'll try to find like it as a motivational. So I'll find a motivational audio that I really like. I always save audios as well. Let's say I want to use this audio.
Don't start regretting being a caring person. Whoever got a chance to experience you, they just need your light at the time. You stay kind and committed to your love. Don't you ever doubt your worth or your beauty.
I feel like that's perfect. I'm actually going to make a video off of this audio, right? So I'm going to use that, but all I'm going to probably do is just do like a little short clip. I'm going to take that audio. I'm going to do it off of my phone. May be able to see it here. So I'll just go in here and click audio. I'll type audio there. And so after I do that, I go back into the card on my phone, paste the audio right there. Boom. And then boom, you can see it right here. As soon as I pasted it from my phone, it pasted it in the one online. So it's all connected. It's all connected. We love a good connected moment. And it's going to say, I'm going to say my caption is you're worthy, beautiful, and always loved. Like just for giggles, right? I tried to make it a little bit more thought-provoking than that, but here we are right now making an example card. And so boom, I've got that going. The live date of that video should be the 24th on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and on YouTube Shorts. And so then when I say let's jump down to the TikTok and Instagram section so I can look at it, boom, right there. I don't have any other content scheduled for this week. It's probably a perfect time to post anyway. And I really should have another thing to post, but I don't, and that's perfectly okay. And so we'll just post one time this week, and then next week we've probably got to ramp it up and pick some more stuff to post and to discuss. Boom, that's kind of how I plan my content out. But yeah, you guys, that's really going to do it. That's the content creation section of my Notion. What did you guys think about this? Do you have any questions for me? Is there a portion of my board or dashboard that you would have liked to see more of? If so, let me know and I can do a little bit of a full walkthrough. I just really wanted this to be focused on content creation and, you know, balancing for those that feel like they can't do it. I know that it's a struggle right now to balance. It's definitely a struggle for me too. I find that many days I don't feel like recording, and that's okay. Like, don't guilt yourself. Don't feel bad if you just don't feel like doing anything. Take that day to rest, relax, restore yourself, restore your mind. And when you're ready to get back to it, you get back to it when you're ready. But don't feel pressured. Know that you got this. Do it however you want to do it. It's your life. Live it your way. Just, you know, live it to the fullest. Don't feel like you have any regrets, because you can do it. If no one else told you, I believe in you. Okay? You're not crazy for wanting to do content. It's fun, it's exciting, and if it's something you're interested in, go make it happen. So that's the word I'm gonna leave you guys with today. If you do have any questions, again, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to help you as I can or give you some other advice on Notion. But with that, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I talked a lot about my January vlog at this point, so go ahead and give that a watch right after this video if you're interested in checking it out to see my vision boards specifically. And if I don't see you in this video up next, I'll see you next time for the next upload on this channel. So with that, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.